Eyes on this series from the rest of the West as they watch two teams that are right there in the playoff hunt, 6 series in. As Riddles will start things off for the Titans, blocked by Luby. Now here goes Spuda, going sideways, and he missed on the follow-up. I do not think he expected that to be as free as it was, and it's not the first time we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of different teams get some really solid looks at net that they just did not expect to go through. And I'll say a lot of teams do end up respecting defense here at CRL. But we have also seen teams punish a poor defense, and I think that's the type of mindset we need to see from Fullerton, as they have a lot of possession already in the start, but things slowly starting to shift over as UT Dallas trying to break out of their own half.
And they're trying to give Spuda and company a very rude welcome into CRL. Lots of bumps, lots of demolitions, trying to throw them off, make them feel uncomfortable, but Spuda happy to oblige. Almost the pass getting there from Danny, just barely cut off. Here goes Dalton, pitch in front, and Ghost was there for it. They had the play set up, but it was too fast.
And the defense, though, from...
and nobody's getting on that one either.
Yeah, that one, you know, no, I'd be surprised if we get a read on that ball. That being said, though, something that's interesting to note is the defense went for boost instead of rotating towards net, completely let the pinch go through. Ghost had an open look and all the time, but did not manage to get behind that ball. It could be one of those things that comes back to haunt UT Dallas. So right now, they're under a lot of pressure from Fullerton.
They're going to have that opportunity again in, a couple of weeks in maybe a much more significant series. I have a feeling they'll convert then. Still very early on in the CRL season as Riddles skies one to the corner. Luby's thrown another in front. Ghost is there, and he scores this one.
Ghost finally making sure, okay, ball back in net. Maybe he needed a little bit of traffic to let him actually get behind that one. He has to force that one through before Spuda gets to the ball. Ends up beating him. UT Dallas on the board first.
Top 4 teams in the Western Conference, LSU, UNT, both on 6 wins. Everybody else on 3 or less. There's a lot of ground to be made up trying to get into that top 4. Cal State Fullerton right on the cusp of it, as is UT Dallas. Spuda's shot's gonna bounce on through, and this game is all tied up.
Let's see, Spuda has time, puts the ball in the hood, like you said, with full boost, and then immediately takes the shot. Defense tries to react, but they're too little too late, and we got a tied up ball game.
It is one of those wild nights. You almost have to look outside sometimes and see if it's a full moon when we get to the last match on a CRL show, because that's when all the crazy happens. Here goes Luby. Could not get by Riddles, but that ball's left for Ghost to get to, and Riddles just beat him to the punch and beat him to that midfield boost. So Ghost going to be out of commission for a little while here. Luby setting up Dalton. Now Luby there after the demolition. Nobody else to back up Danny, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, for Danny here, he's going for a big challenge, and he has to make contact with the ball. There is no one back. Everyone else is on the other side of the field, so he's put in a position where he has to buy the team some time. He ends up playing an aggressive position and kind of gets burned for not making contact with the ball. So CSUF, got to get things back in track. A lot of potential on this team is an almost open net. Maybe a chance here, but blocked out from Luby.
That's a clever play, and credit to the Dallas defense. It did not bite them. Here goes Danny against Ghost. Great battle in the corner. Thrown in front, and nobody expected that ball to get there. Everybody's back, so surely Riddles will get to this, but he's giving it away to Luby, and that forces Spuda to make the save to keep it a 1-goal game.
And Luby trying his best here to have a little bit more impact, as he does have a goal, an assist, and 3 saves. He's doing a lot right now for UT Dallas. Needs the rest of the team to step up. Ghost gets a look, and now he's starting to hit the shots. That'll be his 2nd goal. 2-goal lead for UT Dallas.
How fitting, Spuda sitting dead center of the net as Ghost comes back to haunt him. 3-1 with just over 90 seconds left. Spuda here. Got this through Dalton, but credit to Dalton, able to recover and play this ball further downfield. That whiff out of Danny is not going to help matters at all. for the Fullerton Titans. Ghost, Luby, and didn't get a shot off. Couldn't get around on that, but did take out Danny from behind. And look at the possession. I mean, Spuda's down on the ground, Riddle's in behind him, but nobody went up to challenge until very, very late. It just seems like they've conceded possession a lot to the Dallas Comets, and as a result, they're taking that possession and getting shot after shot on target.
Oh, but the comms are not looking good. You saw the double commit. Luby with a clean beat, and next thing you know, it's 4-1 in favor of UT Dallas.
Playmaker out of Dalton after that touch at midfield, and Luby just got me Riddles in an impossible spot. It's like if you just sit back, you're just giving him the whole net to shoot at. If you come out and challenge, you're giving him the whole net to shoot at. They had him beat 7 days to Sunday, and of course, it ends up in their net.
Yeah, and at this point, UT Dallas, they can, have smooth sailing for the rest of the game, but they look like they want to get more goals on the board. Honestly, for CSUF, this is big in terms of at least getting the defense going, but Danny actually gets an open net, so they will be able to get at least bring this game within 2. 35 seconds left, though. They need a kickoff goal and some if they want to tie this game up.
Oh, they need a kickoff goal. You mean the thing we see almost all the time in CRL. So you're saying there's a chance, Dazarin?
Yes.
Well, we'll see.
Perhaps.
It goes neutral. They got the demolition on Spuda, and well, there's a kickoff goal, but it's going the wrong way.
Remember when earlier when I said, we had the great caster, perfect caster predict. This is the opposite of that. This is not expect this one to actually happen. So, that being said, UT Dallas. I mean, you got 30 seconds left in the game, and looks like this one's going to be, simple for them. But one thing I wanted to point out is for California State Fullerton is this team when they're on their up and up, the offense for them is really good. But it's so night and day for this team in terms of good offense, especially with Riddles, that you start to see results like this, and you start to wonder how the heck did we get to a 5-2 scoreline after that early half of the game. I'm sure they're asking themselves the same question: is this one will hit the ground, and UT Dallas will take game 1?
I'll tell you how they got to 5-2. Ghost, a hat trick for the Comets, and I mean, he certainly didn't do it alone. He is not a self-made man. He had a lot of help. You see, all 5 goals in this game had an assist, including the playmaker out of Dalton. And he had it very early on in this game. Dallas was able to do a lot of damage on the offensive end, and they did it to a team that has 3-0 wins over both Texas Tech and Arizona. Again, Arizona would be in the playoffs if we started it right now. So this is maybe a wake-up call for Cal State Fullerton. UT Dallas came to play. They did not in Game 1. Game 2, maybe a different story. We go to Forbidden Temple. And a very important kickoff, just to not give up a kickoff goal.
Oh.
Do not give up a kickoff goal. Thank you, Danny. Good grief. As much as prophetic as you are, able to call everything, I thought I had done it again to a team.
Almost, but fortunately for us, we don't have one in the opener here. Now, for California State, it's one of these things where you got to see the communication here as a team. Otherwise, these guys could sit in the house accidentally. We have seen a couple of double commits, and we have seen some players put in some tough spots. Talk about Danny, he's last back here, but this time Spuda in a good spot to where the rotation is okay. Rotation going to be big going into Game 2 for CSUF. They have all the right, the pieces, but they just need to put them in the puzzle properly.
As Subi said on the pre-show, rotations. They matter. This is out of the corner, and everybody whiffs. The shot missed. The block non-existent. Still an opportunity, though. Nice chip out of Luby, and the bump to follow, and Ghost adds his 4th.
You talk about the bump here. Spuda sitting in net. Luby sees him, says, see you later. Ghost shoves it in the top right corner. And what do you know? It's a 1-goal game in favor of UT Dallas.
Right now, the Titans have to be wondering, how do you stop this? Maybe you just have to outscore them. Maybe you can't keep this Dallas squad off the scoreboard. Riddles Gonna try to match them at least, but that's blocked away by Dalton. And Luby can continue this downfield. He's got Ghost waiting to score a 5th goal, but a little indecisiveness. 2-on-1 the other way. Riddle's going for the demo, and Dalton got up early. I think before Riddles had turned off ball cam to go for the demo, and by then it was too late.
Yeah, right. And for Riddles, too, he's such a good solo player when he's on offense. We've seen him be able to really put the UT Dallas defense in some tough spots. But that being said, you need a little bit more than that. Rotations, again, it still have to be on. And he might need a little bit of help on the follow-up as well, but still plenty of time for CSUF to kind of get back into things. So far, compared to last game, they're doing great in terms of defense, only letting in a goal as we approach that, 2-minute 55 mark. Pressure coming out from UT Dallas.
Rotations do look a lot better out of Fullerton. Not seeing many double commits. Danny kind of turning off a few opportunities and giving way to both Riddles and Spuda. Riddles here, blocked by Dalton, trying to get by Ghost. He does, but there's still Luby at the back, and as good as the rotations have been in this game for Fullerton, they've been this good for Dallas all series long. Spuda was going after Dalton again, and this is the second time that Dalton has avoided a demolition simply by being up early, but they gave possession away, and Ghost almost made him pay. Now Danny, quickly downfield looking for Riddles. Spuda filing in behind him. It's going to have to be Danny that sets the table, and Spuda might have to turn off this. He does, as Luby's got a big clear.
Ooh, Luby with the clear. This one is such a big jumble on the side. I have enjoyed what I've been seeing from Fullerton, at least in terms of transitions, but it has been pretty quiet in terms of keeping that offensive possession up. They've started to struggle there and haven't been able to get a lot of good chances. I'm a little worried because time is ticking down, and they may go for something super risky towards the end to try to see if they can force a goal, and it might end up biting them.
Well, Danny jumps in front here, and that tendency is starting to show itself. Spuda able to clear, but he had to give up the midfield boost to Luby. So Spuda's got whatever he has in the tank, got a piece of Dalton as well. Here comes Danny, and Luby slams shut the door on the near side.
Oh, transition. Spuda can't get back in time. And Luby makes it a 2-goal game for UT Dallas.
It happened so quickly. Amazing that they just couldn't get back. One little lapse is all it took. And the lead is 2-0 just like that. And you get oh so close. I mean, that was a quality chance, I think, out of Danny at the last moment there. And it turns into a quick counterattack. Almost backbreaking for the Fullerton Titans. Now, Danny, it's a little snake bitten. He started to come up on that challenge and turned off, and that indecisiveness is going to plague the Titans going into Game 3.
Yeah, and here's Spuda. Titans still trying to get a goal in, and that's a high flick, but Dalton is there in time. And you're right, indecisiveness, you don't need it. Everybody needs to be on the same page, but it's been tough for the Titans to really get on the same page because everyone has a different idea of what they want to do. You see Riddles, especially, again, like I said, the solo plays have been the most effective way for Fullerton to get downfield, but it does end up becoming a little wild to have, for a follow-up because you never really know where the ball's going to follow a solo play sometimes. You can see that 50 even going into the corner. No one's expecting it. But the time gone on the clock at this point. UT Dallas looking to put this series on match point.
You know who's got to be watching this series and getting real worried? Arizona. The team sitting at 3-2 right now. They were swept by this Fullerton team, and they're watching what UT Dallas is doing to them right now going, oh, we still got to play these guys twice. Yikes.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Dalton with a 0-second goal. Just the level of gameplay we're seeing from UT Dallas has been on form. They've looked really strong over the course of this series. Dalton, everybody getting involved here in terms of goal participation, which is similar to what we saw in game 1. Again, every goal has been assisted, but they have just had CSUF's number. There's been nothing that they've been able to do this series. It's going to be a tough one going into game 3 as, California State Fullerton, they kind of got their backs against the wall pretty early here.
I know game score is not everything. Dalton had a higher game score than CSU combined. just going to throw that out there.
Sheesh.
Dalton had a game. He is having a series. And UT Dallas is 1 win away from sweeping Fullerton out of our final match of the night. What a performance out of the Comets, bouncing back after their loss earlier tonight. Riddles. That is probably not where he wanted that ball to go. Dalton licking his chops trying to get an opportunity, but now Luby didn't get the second touch. Here goes Spuda, and well, now he's just looking at Dalton behind him like, where'd you come from?
Yeah, he's not going to get a lot of time on the ball, too, especially with someone behind him. I'm surprised he didn't get demoed, actually, from that drive. They just decided to completely take the ball away. And now Spuda on another drive, and he gets the flick! CSUF on the board early.
Wow. Okay, then. Ghost had a chance, and apparently he did not tell Dalton he wasn't going to challenge that, because I'm sure Dalton was expecting Ghost to at least jump out there and try and get a piece of that ball. And by the time Dalton had to react, far too late. Now another opportunity. Spuda trying to single-handedly bring the Titans back into this series. Now Danny popping one up for Riddles, and that's cleverly played away. You normally don't want to clear right down the middle, but sometimes it works out, as this is bombed away by Dalton and the Comets. Now Ghost, chance to tie, and Danny cuts it out.
So now we see UT Dallas playing from behind as Game 3 gets going, and maybe California State Fullerton are starting to find a bit of the blueprint here in terms of getting back into this series. Like we said, backs against the wall, and they don't really have much to lose here. The series is on match point, but this could be the start of a reverse sweep if they start to find that recipe. Is UT Dallas sitting on the back end right now. Spuda on top of the ball, looking to see if he can set someone up, but it will get away from him.
Danny has played that one right out to Luby. Could be a problem. This bounces. Oh, wow. How about that out of Riddles to just spike down on that ball? It looked like it was going to be a free shot on the Fullerton net. And instead, Riddles comes in to bail them out. They're still in a lot of trouble. That ball is loose on the wing a lot. Dalton's shot goes just wide. And now here goes Spuda, but goes right there to meet him before the center line. Oh, that should have been a goal for the Comets. They're going to be kicking themselves if this game continues much longer at 1-0.
And California State Fullerton, they get that first goal, but you can tell, they're playing much more defensively than just kind of hanging back, trying to pull out UT Dallas and then seeing if they can get some counterattacks. It's working out well for them, and it may even lead to a goal. That's a big reach, Danny can't get around it. Spuda tries to follow it up, but it's blocked out by Dalton.
Danny's shot saved by Luby. He and Ghost both went for that ball. That is centered. Again, we've seen a lot of these kind of lateral plays off the side wall. You learn not to do that real early on in your career, and it's surprising that we're seeing that out of Dallas, as good as they've been defensively. It didn't cost them that time. Now here goes Riddles, blocked by Luby. Now Danny needed one more touch, and Dalton takes this away. Luby tracking out of the corner, and Spuda's got a big clear.
And look how well CSUF are playing now that they have the lead as well. The defense has been just so much better for them, but also UT Dallas defense is showing signs of struggle. Look at this. They don't have an answer for this type of play. It's a free backboard, and next thing you know, it just seems like all the momentum in this series has been completely shifted.
Riddles given a lot of time. Dallas playing a very dangerous game here. Now Spuda has Riddles across the way. Ghost couldn't clear. Luby does. And they almost sprung downfield too. Big challenge in midfield. Even bigger double commit. That's going to kill off the attack. But not a lot of boost. Dalton was waiting for some to spawn. And then as soon as it does, Spuda collects it. So now Luby's got to get downfield. Trying to get down as quickly as he can, but there's no support whatsoever. The timing is not there right now for the Dallas Comets. Maybe it is now as this goes all the way across. Riddles, though, again giving time and space, and he rushed that. Dalton's shot is saved by Spuda.
That was dangerous. You talked about the rush from Riddles, and oh my goodness, another goal line save, this time from Danny. UT Dallas with a late surge as they are trying to tie this one up. Riddles, again, you're going to need him to have solid challenges on the ball. This is where all the pressure lies here, at least in the series for California State Fullerton. It's 30 seconds left, and they have the ball on the blue half.
Cal State Fullerton is your typical high-flying wrestler, always coming off the top rope. High-risk maneuvers. They play a very risky game around the midfield line. They, too, have almost been burned a few times, but they almost put the game away. Here goes Ghost. He's got Dalton right in the pocket, looking for the double, and he couldn't get it. 8 seconds to go. Luby, that kicks out to Ghost, but Riddles got there. No time left on the clock as this is boomed away. It's going to spike down towards the ground, and that's it. Fullerton stays alive.
The worst thing about the last second play is you saw Dalton try to go for the double, but the net was wide open. I saw Riddle's car fly off to the side, and that's why I really was, like taken aback by how that ended because at that point UT Dallas had everything going for them. They just needed a solid touch on net, and I think it was the pressure that ended up getting to them. But it's unbelievable here right now. California State Fullerton able to take that, a 1-goal game 3. And for UT Dallas, not a good showing for them. All the offense they've had over the course of the series just completely fell apart when it came down just playing from behind.
I worry about them mentally now, not able to close out. Cal State Fullerton here. Does the momentum build on the other side again? Fullerton's playing a risky game. We keep saying it. We're seeing exactly one person between Dallas and a lot of goals on the Fullerton side. We'll see what happens here. Spuda will collect this, but Dalton's all over it. Had him read like a book. Look at the center. Does get down in front, but Ghost was way, way back. Now Danny looking for a chance. It's a whiff, and Danny scores.
And Danny's able to pick one up, and what are we seeing? A solid challenge into a shot. Luby pre-jumps, but doesn't get a piece of it, and it's an open net situation. California State Fullerton strike first again.
Well, one was enough in game 3.
Oh gosh.
But it's not enough in the next one. A kickoff goal, the great equalizer rears its ugly head.
And Dalton not only pushes Spuda out the way, but still gets the perfect shot through. And well, it used to be an early lead that we, may have sealed the deal for California State Fullerton. Only implies that they got a little bit more work to do if they want to force a game 5.
Spuda forced all the way back to the backboard to clear that ball away, and now Fullerton is on the back foot for now. Spuda has Danny downfield, but nobody else to continue that play as it goes right to Ghost. We'd like to see that ball maybe come down a little closer to midfield. Now Luby. A lot of time to work with as he's got Spuda retreating. Now he's got to deal with Danny. Goes right through him like he was nothing. Now Spuda beaten by Dalton. Here comes Ghost, but Riddles up just a little bit quicker. And you're seeing, Desrin, the contrast between these two teams. Comets playing very, very conservatively. That challenge comes in from so far back in their own zone, while, the Titans, they're just, they're kind of riverboat gamblers here. I mean, they're willing to push up with almost reckless abandon.
Yeah, this is looking very, very scary, though, for them, because, you talk about them being a risky team, and this is where, it's high risk, high reward situation for them. They're playing like this, and they're trying to obviously force those goals by throwing off the defense with some of their solo plays. But that being said, they leave a wide hole to be punished for. We'll see who ends up coming out on top of this game.
Spuda got bumped to the backboard and was able to quickly recover and get another touch. Great improvisation by the defense out of Cal State Fullerton. They had a lead early in this game. It's gone by the wayside very quickly. Luby, what a pass play! And better defense out of Danny! Are you kidding? They try again, and Riddle snaps that one out. Unreal!
Now they're looking for a counterattack here. Spuda trying to get that through, but he has to get past Luby. Defense rotating very well for UT Dallas, and they're able to get a good transition. This is a bad spot, though, for Fullerton. Halfway through this game, they got to get this ball out.
Luby's first effort's wide. Follow-up coming from Dalton. Don't give him that much time. And what a reflex save by Spuda. I mean, he had to use all of that Octane frame to get there.
I mean, it was top corner as well. Not a lot of time for him to really pick where that ball's going to go or react to it. So good defense from Spuda, keeping California State Fullerton in the game. They finally get some space. Maybe they could turn this into something.
Deflected by Dalton, but Spuda stays with the play. Luby up to meet him. Past one. Oh! Danny's there. Pinball around, and that somehow stays out. Both teams have miraculous saves on the goal line.
No
Who's
way.
going to capitalize in the final 2 minutes?
I cannot believe that didn't go in. Again, Fullerton sending the house, but still coming up empty. And now you got to watch out. UT Dallas starting to heat up. Luby has it. Oh, my goodness. It's in. What a play from Luby!
Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Is it a triple, Daz?
Oh, it's a triple. It's a triple. I thought it almost looked like it was 4. But my goodness, unbelievable from Luby.
Oh,
UT
watch out,
Dallas
though.
with the lead. And you're talking about the kickoff.
What's the answer, Danny? Flip reset off the kickoff. The slowest you'll ever see.
But it's just enough. All he needs is a piece of the ball, and it floats over the defense. Luby says, Luby, you can get as many taps on the ball as you want, but all I need is one flip, and that's a tied-up game.
All the crazy comes out in the last series of the night, and it certainly has in Game 4. Spuda up the ladder. Everybody misses. This is all Danny, though. Somebody's got to get back, though, for the Titans. And that somebody, well, it's going to be Riddles, though, involuntarily. He was bumped back and actually helped this ball get in front, and Danny avoids contact to get that clear. Dangerous spot there for Fullerton, and it still is pretty dangerous, but Riddles has all day to play with, but he bounced it away. Luby to punish, and Danny bails him out. Still loose. Nobody's home, and Ghost gives the Comets the lead.
This is a panic situation. You see Danny coming up for this, but he has to have faith in Riddles to get the touch or just play net, because you see what happens. An open net situation, and here we go. Fullerton backs against the wall. 48 seconds left. They need a goal.
Maybe they get another Danny special off the kickoff. No, sir. Spuda and all he can do to keep this alive. Riddles with the win. Only Ghost to beat, and he let the shot fly way too soon. This is still loose for Spuda, though, and boy, all he did was just give it to Luby. 30 seconds left. Another opportunity. Spuda's up for that, and it's beaten out by Dalton. Oh, man. It is tough to get better opportunities than this. Riddles got this through, but there's nobody else in support with 18 seconds left. Now Spuda, beaten by Ghost. Now they're downfield. This is not a team playing not to lose. The Comets are playing to win. They're trying to put this game away, and now it's just keep away from the Titans. Spuda misses. Danny has it downfield, but
man.
Ghost will ice it right here. And UT Dallas, with a stunner in the last minute, they take down the Titans.
Unbelievable, especially when it came down to the last couple of plays we saw. It starts with Luby getting that incredible goal, and then the follow-up from Danny. And you start to think, okay, Fullerton, they're playing with a lot of different energy. They're looking to force here the game 5, and then next thing you know, another play happens. It was just so much momentum, so much pressure. And Fullerton ended up making a double commit on defense that cost them the whole series. Unbelievable.
I absolutely love that graphic. I loved it last season during the playoffs and into the national championship, where we see all the maps, we see the scores. We're getting closer, perhaps, to maybe getting an up close and personal view of that. Maybe. Fingers crossed, as fingers are crossed for the Comets as they continue to climb their way up the standings. As, again, just a brilliant performance out of especially Luby, who, you know, he really took over as kind of the leader of the squad in that series, you know, playing table setter and trying to get everybody's heads right. It fell on his shoulders to do so, and he delivered.
Oh yes, he did. You know, but for them though, it seemed like it was just a team effort from UT Dallas, right? In terms of everything, I want to say up to game 3, it was all every goal was assisted from them. Everybody was doing their job, so to speak, in terms of rotation and how things looked for them. If anything, you know. It got a little sloppy on Forbidden Temple because that's when you started to see California State Fullerton find the blueprint. But in terms of coming down in a clutch time, when you get to the game 4 situation, everybody stepped up when they needed to. It was close, but they ended up coming away with it.
Final score for the final time, UT Dallas takes it in 4. We send things back to F. Dot at the desk with his nice new headset.